So, hello, boys and girls. I am so happy to see you here. I hope you're having a great day. It's quite cloudy here. I got excited to be filming because I thought, oh, maybe I can film with natural light, but no, I cannot. Anyway, today I wanted to kind of come here and talk to you about 3 books that really helped me this year, and I just want to go straight to the subject, no more rambling. And if you watched my previous video, you know that I really want to share some valuable books that really helped me throughout this year, and I'm so happy to have read them. Is that how you say it? Is my English language brain broken? So I got my phone here because I don't know the ideas by heart, but I mean, I do know them, but I have some interesting ideas written out here that I want to share, and I don't want to forget anything, so let's get going. The first book that I want to talk about is called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. This book, I'm not going to say the authors because I don't want to butcher their names, but I'm going to leave a picture right here with each of the books that I'm going to talk about so you can see their lovely covers. I actually listened to this book in audiobook version, so 2 of these books were audiobooks, so that's why I don't have them in their physical version, but I do have only one of them. It's right there on my somewhere there. So I'm either gonna leave links to the books in the description, or I'm gonna just show them up here somewhere. So let's get going. The first book, as I said, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Flying F. One thing that I thought is interesting about this book is that you tend to read the title and you go like, oh yes, teach me how to not give a fuck, please, I need to not give a fuck anymore. Drink every time I say fuck in this video. Anyway, so, but actually teaches you, not teaches, but it gives you ideas, and it kind of guides you in a way that you learn to kind of care about the things that are important to care about. So it actually, I will list 5 of the life values that this book says that it's important that we give a fuck about them. I'm gonna read because I don't remember and my memory is very short. So the first one is, the first value that the book says we should give a fuck about is radical form of responsibility for everything that occurs in our lives. So basically, something really bad happens to us, right? And we're like, oh, why did it happen to me? I don't deserve it. I'm such a good person. No, you do deserve it, and it happened for a reason. So just take it up just accept the thing and move on. And the most important thing that the book says that it is in our lives is to take responsibility for the shitty thing that happened in our lives and actually learn to just move on and get over it. This is a really cool one because I think we all experience bad times here and there in our lives, and I think it's important to take responsibility for the bad things that happen to us and just accept them, move on, learn to get past them, and yeah, that's a good value to have. The second value that the book says it's very important to have is that of uncertainty and acknowledging the fact that acknowledging our ignorance and the constant doubt in our own beliefs. This is also really great because we are never certain that what we believe is true. I'm not going to give details now because I can, but I don't want to offend anyone. But we're not talking about religious beliefs here. We are talking about just beliefs in general, even about people or about situations in our lives. And we're never certain that something is going to turn out the way that we want it to turn out. So, yeah, another really good one in my opinion. The delivery guy just came. Anyway, just came to bring my package, nothing, you dirty-minded boys and girls. Anyway, third value is failure. So willingness to discover our own flaws and mistakes so that we can improve on them. That is also true. I feel like we need to recognize when we are not good at something or when we fail doing something, and to not let it affect us, but rather just learn from it and be like, hey, I'm just human and there's things that I have to work on to get better, become better, to develop myself, to grow into a better person. So we have to recognize our failures just so we can improve and not think like, I never fail because I'm such a great person. I don't know. Fourth value is rejection, the ability to hear and say no, defining what we will and what we won't accept in our lives. This one was really, really difficult for me, and a really difficult one for me, and I never actually thought that I have problems with rejections, but I do, and I think we all kind of are getting hurt when we get rejected, no matter what kind of rejection we talk about. Speaking of which, the video after this one is going to be one on careers, and I actually forgot to talk about a great idea in that video, and that is rejection and interviews rejection. But I'm gonna make another video on getting a job in Germany. Yeah, I think that's gonna be an interesting one. Maybe I'm gonna keep it for next year because I have some interesting things to say. I would say so myself. So okay, so the fifth value that I want to talk about, and that the book describes that it's important to have in our lives, is the contemplation of one's mortality, paying attention to one's death. Now, this is a little bit grim, but I think, yeah, it's important to recognize that someday we're gonna die, and to recognize that we are not that important as we think we are. That's basically the idea from the book, which actually helped me really realize that we don't really matter, but we matter, but we don't matter. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't mean it in a very depressing, sad way, but in a way that it kind of makes you move on from things and to navigate life in such a way that you're like, just go with the flow, you know what I mean? Because nothing is that big of a deal. I don't know if you get what I mean, but read the book. It's a really good one, and there's some really, really valuable stories in the book that I think you're gonna enjoy. So yeah, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Give it a try. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you read it. I'm interested to hear your opinion on this book. So the second book is called Attached. Are you anxious, avoidant, or secure? And how the science of adult attachment can help you find and keep love. I'm not going to say the names of the authors because I'm going to butcher them again. But I'm going to put the picture right here with the book so you can see how it looks like. And I'm going to leave a link to it in the description. So basically this book helped me understand the whole dynamic of my past long-term relationship, and to understand what was wrong in the dynamic and how I behaved, because I was trying to look more at myself and why I did certain things, why I said certain things, why I was feeling certain things. And it's really, really interesting. I don't know if you feel like you struggle with attachment, or if you feel like you are somewhere, I don't know, more on the avoidant side or more on the anxious side like me. Maybe you could give it a try. I think it's really, really cool, and it teaches you how to even date people and how to find someone that's good for you and that's not gonna trigger your attachment styles. Because right now I'm moving towards a more secure attachment style, but I see that if I meet like a person that's more of the avoidance side, that person tends to bring out the anxious person in me and my anxious tendencies, which is really interesting. And if you're super self-aware of these things and of these patterns, I feel like you can change for the better, and you can have really great relationships when it comes to this stuff. So yeah, this is kind of a general idea of the book. Obviously, it goes through all of the 3 attachment styles, actually 4. But so secure, avoidant, and anxious, and those are the main 3 ones. And you kind of discover a lot of things about yourself and about the people around you, because it's also not about only a romantic relationship, but you can discover how attachment affects your friendships and your relationship with your family and your parents and all of that kind of stuff. So it's really, really interesting, and I would recommend that you give it a try. So the third book that I read this year is called Codependent No More: How to Stop Controlling Others and Start Caring for Yourself. I'm not gonna say the name of the author. Here's the picture. Literally, it explains to you what codependency is. I've experienced it in the past. I'm trying to avoid it in the future and in my present. I think I'm doing really well right now, and I got a lot of valuable ideas from not only this book, but all of these books combined. And I think it's helping me to transform into a healthier, more secure, and more self-aware person that's able to meet other people's needs as well as I'm able to meet my needs. So yeah, this book, Codependent No More, says by the name, if you think you suffered from codependency, or if you think you do have codependent patterns right now in your relationship, no matter with whom the relationship is, give this book a try. It's really good. Basically, how codependency manifested in my life is that I saw someone in a bad mood, it instantly affected me and it changed my mood into a bad mood too. And I desperately tried to change that person's mood no matter what I did. So sometimes it was to an extreme that it would even feel like I'm controlling that person, but that was not my intention, you know. It was just that I wanted that person to change their mood so much, like I wanted them to be happy, that I tried anything to make them happy, and that could translate into like controlling someone. But that, again, was not my intention, which is really interesting. And this is what codependency is, something that I think we can all be affected by, but we rarely recognize that we have a problem with it. I mean, it's not necessarily a problem, but it can be taken to an extreme. So yeah, it's interesting. I think the book says that you can see codependent patterns, especially in families where there's a parent that has substance abuse problems. I think it's interesting to see how things like this can affect children or just entire families and their dynamic. Yeah, Codependent No More. Yay, read the book. Tell me how it was. Tell me if you read any of these books. Oh, one thing I didn't like about this last book about codependency is that it brings up a lot of God ideas. So like surrendering yourself into God's hands. And I'm like, I'm not a believer in God, but if you are, then maybe you're gonna like this book a lot. But yeah, that's one thing I didn't like about the book. But other than that, it's a great book, great ideas. Let me know if you want to read any of the books that I shared with you. And yeah, I'll be very happy to hear from you. This is my second coffee for today, and I am shaky. I didn't really eat today, and I'm having my second coffee. Not the best idea, if I do say so myself. Anyway, thank you for watching, and this was a short, quick video that I wanted to, I don't know, just come here to share these 3 books that helped me this year. Yay! And yeah, thank you so much if you're still here watching, and if you follow me on Insta or TikTok. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I hope you're gonna have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. It's gonna come next week probably. Can you believe today is the 2nd of December and I already filmed 3 videos that I want to post on my YouTube channel. That's something. Well, yeah, thanks for watching. I'm gonna send you a lot of love and kisses, and I'll see you in the next video next week. Thank you. Goodbye.